r/AskReddit, what is something that Reddit claims is common, but you've never actually seen it in real life? I make $300K a year and I can't pay my rent. This was today in Poverty Finance. Someone claiming that him and his wife make $250,000 a year, no kids, living in Georgia and can't make ends meet despite living an extremely frugal lifestyle. If you were to believe Reddit, everyone's out here making $150K plus per year yet barely able to afford rent and groceries. Those comments used to stress me out a lot because we make well under 100K and it was scary to think people in that income bracket were struggling. Then I realized a lot of them have 3-5K mortgages and car loans and were probably not even any worse off. Women getting mad at men for holding the door open for them. That's only ever happened to me once in my life, and I hold the door open regularly, not just for women but for everybody under the right circumstances. It's simply common courtesy. Being accosted as a single man at a playground. I've got 2 kids and have taken them to countless playgrounds, splash pads, parks, and all types of kid-friendly places. I've seen lots and lots of single men but have never seen one get harassed. Turns out half the population is male and plenty of them have kids and take them places. All of someone's friends and family calling and texting you to call you after a disagreement. Never once. Yes, the blowing up my phone crowd. That everyone has a therapist or lawyer on hand that they can just call up and get in right away. Yes. I have never heard of that actually happening. Only on Reddit. AITA is absolutely a writing prompt. Sub 9/10 posts are total fiction. Damned near everything. Reddit is an absolute bizarro world of shit that never happens to normal people. Well, every sub is basically penthouse letters. It does happen, but out of 8 billion people on the planet, it is unlikely to happen to you. Gaslighting every 5 seconds by 9 million people. What are you talking about? That happens constantly. You must be crazy. I have never met someone who cares about the Kardashians. I haven't even seen that much advertising for them in real life. But people on Reddit will have you convinced that half of all people are brain-dead Kardashian lovers. Everything I know about the Kardashians I learned from Redditors who supposedly hate them. Influencers at the gym. I've never seen it and I go to a fairly popular gym but people complain about it on here a ton. That's because the only gyms people on here see are the ones influencers show them. If I have a psychotic break, I'm gonna be screaming naked for at least 2 months before they have an opening. For real though, Reddit would have me think it was an epidemic of monumental proportions, but I have never once seen it IRL. Reddit once told me that avocado was the most popular pizza topping in CA. Complete BS. It doesn't even exist as a pizza topping in most places. Get therapy. Yeah, been waiting 2 years on the NHS and can't afford private. Anytime you use an iPad or Nintendo Switch on an airplane, a mother will ask you to let her child play with it, and then get extremely mad when you say no. Or they squat your first class seat and shame you for insisting on sitting in the seat you paid for. People blowing up phones when drama happens. I'd get 2 of my siblings messaging me after family drama for gossip purposes, but having cousins, aunts, dogs-in-law blowing up phones? Doesn't happen. My extra extended family couldn't even blow up my phone if they wanted because they don't have my number. We're friends on Facebook but that's it. The big over-the-top gender reveal parties. Most gender reveal parties are JCET families doing something cute and fun to celebrate any news about a new baby they're excited about and so they can buy stuff for the baby. Not American, but we had a gender reveal party. Our neighbor baked a cake with colored cream filling. It was blue. Very simple. Very wholesome. Not a single forest was raised to the ground. People working at the counter watching with bated breath to see if you put a tip on the screen and then making a sad face when you don't. Never seen it in my entire life. I'm assuming the entire plane clapped when they hit no tip. People love making posts about being harassed for tips by a lifeless prompt on a screen, but I find it easy to just ignore it and just hit 0 when it doesn't make sense to add a tip. I once knew a person who lived in South Asia who was surprised when I, an American, told him I am still close to my parents and see them regularly. He said TV, movies, and particularly the relationship subreddits made him think that all Americans permanently sever ties with their parents at age 18. And GT, with bated breath. Yuck. They eat in worms and minnows. Hysterically offended trans people. I know a few trans people and it's never been an issue. People generally don't care and the trans people don't use their gender as their entire identity. Based on the internet/news you would think trans people are like a quarter of the population. Diarrhea from Taco Bell. Thinking they're really sticking it to that son of a bitch cashier that's judging them for not rounding up to the next dollar for needy children, Was a cashier for years. We literally don't give a fuck. Do you wanna round up is said with the same energy as did you find everything alright? How are you doing? It's just a mindless script we're told to do. Parenting/marriage being a miserable experience. Most people I know or run into are pretty open about the ups and downs of family life, and acknowledge that yeah, there are tough moments, but we're also enjoying it as much as we can, and doing our best with what we have. And this is from people that became parents on purpose, and people like me who had happy accidents. I believe there's a disproportional amount of people on Reddit who eat ass compared to the general population. That if you're a new mom, your infertile relatives are going to try and steal your baby. There are a bunch of AITA stories where the commenters insist the person is probably trying to steal Op's baby. Your ball/penis touching the water in the toilet, never heard anyone IRL mention it either. Yeah, and it's deep too. I'm 53, married with 2 children in their 20s. Mom and dad, both 79, invite everyone over regularly for Sunday dinners. She gets upset when we try to help. I frankly believe that most people who complain on Reddit have never actually experienced the things they complain about. People using neopronouns. I live in California surrounded by a disproportionate amount of openly NB and trans. I've yet to encounter a single neopronoun that apparently everybody is demanding to acknowledge. I've also accidentally misgendered and they correct me in a plain, non-hostile way, same way one might if you mispronounce their name. Poop knife. As a first-time mom, I was positive I was going to be terribly berated for daring to bring my crotch goblin as they say out in public. This has not happened and I haven't seen or heard of it happening in real life. Reddit had me thinking I was going to lose all my child-free friends when I had a baby and that wasn't the case at all. I think y'all need to realize so many posts and comments are fake AF. They get upvoted because of shock value and too many of you are falling for BS stories, and end up getting emotionally charged over an idea. That every single boss is shitty. I've had one shitty boss in all my years of work. Most were very good to great. I've had not good bosses but they weren't shitty either. Currently have a fantastic boss and from what I can tell the whole chain to the top at my place of employment is pretty great. Taco Bell equals instant diarrhea. I'm sure it happens to some people. But it's not just Taco Bell as the cause. I used to work with a guy who had done 2 combat tours in Afghanistan, who said I had the strongest stomach he'd ever seen because I ate Taco Bell for lunch most days. I took the compliment, but I was thinking my guy, there's no way you've never seen someone surviving off sketchier grub than a couple soft tacos or a beefy crunch burrito. People immediately insisting on a bridge-burning breakup when a friend seeks advice on challenges in their relationship. That's such a big one, and it's not just Reddit. I feel like there's this unhealthy absolutism when it comes to friendships and relationships. If there's a challenge, that's a red flag and they have to be cut off immediately. No. There's so many gray areas in relationships with other people, and they're always going to come with challenges. People just need the emotional maturity to realize whether or not it's worth keeping or losing the relationship. Hello everyone. Thanks for sticking to the end of this video. I really appreciate it. I just wanted to humbly ask you to subscribe to the channel. According to my statistics, 100% of my viewers in the past 28 days are not subscribed. I have always wanted this channel to reach 1000 subscribers, and if you want to support and be a part of that, subscribe. It's free and it's an awesome way to support the channel. Thanks again, Reddit glitch out.